Hello my dear people, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about building and maintaining your momentum, especially in this year 2022. At the beginning of the year, we are usually excited to start off the year. We make our goals, we make our New Year resolutions that can steer us up throughout the year. But statistics shows that approximately 90% of the people lose their momentum by the first or the second quarter of the year. But there is that small percentage of people who maintains their momentum throughout the year. What do these people do differently? That is what you are going to learn about. And if you know you are among these people who maintains their momentum, kindly let us know in the comment section what you do that makes you maintain your momentum throughout the year. As you already know, this is the channel where we learn to be the best versions of ourselves. So let us start off. First, you have to make reasonable, realistic, and specific goals. We all dream, we all have visions and ambitions that we want to attain in life. But we can only achieve them if we make them reasonable, realistic, and specific to us. Some people have already achieved the goals that we want to achieve. They have gone through a process. Maybe their starting point is different from where we want to start from. So don't compare yourself with those who have already achieved that goals. You cannot expect to achieve that goal by doing all 90% of or 99% of what somebody else did to achieve a goal. It has to be specific to you because you're different, you have different skills, you have different resources, you have different time, and everything is changing. So let the goal be specific to you and be realistic about it. Ensure that it is something that you can make steps to achieve, because if you don't put that into consideration, then you'll definitely fail. Let the goal be reasonable, realistic, and specific to you. Don't copy paste what somebody else has done, because some things may happen. Okay, things happens differently. The second point is to create a plan and know that different goals have different plans in terms of time, in terms of finances, and in terms of other resources that are required to attain that goal. So when you're creating your plan, ensure that you put all those factors into consideration. Ask yourself, how long will it take me to achieve this goal? Some goals may take you 10 years or 5 years. Some may take a year or just 6 months or just a week. So it depends on the time that is required to achieve that goal. And it has to be specific to you. How long will you take to achieve that? How long do you expect to take to achieve that particular goal? If it's something that you are supposed to achieve in 5 years, what are you going to do in this first year? Then plan with that. In that first year, you want to maybe achieve this. And a year is made up of maybe 4 quarters, is made up of 12 months. So you can plan in terms of the quarters of the year or in terms of months. So you want to know what you'll achieve in the first quarter or the second quarter, or what you're going to achieve in the first month. It is good to plan with time so that you monitor yourself. You see how much you're progressing. And also planning keep you on check, because if I say that this is what I want to achieve in a year, then I might wait until the end of the year, then I'll notice that, have done nothing towards this goal. But if you put it you break it down into maybe quarterly or monthly, then it will be easy, because at the end of the first month, you'll find out what you have done, and you can see what didn't work according to plan, and you can also adjust on those particular factors. So it is good to plan with time. If it is maybe a goal that you want to achieve in 1 year, then break it down into maybe quarterly or monthly. Find out what you can do in the first month or in the first quarter of the year, then work on it. Breaking it down helps you to keep yourself on check and keep yourself on track, because most of the people lose momentum because when it reaches maybe the third quarter of the year, then you realize that you've done nothing towards that goal. Then you push it to the following year, and it becomes a continuous process that every time you push your goal forward, every time you push your goal forward. The next point is to ensure that your goals are measurable. Having a measurable goal is also another factor that is going to help you check if you are on track. Because if you can know the extent to which you've gone into that goal, then you'll realize what you have done, the progress that you have made, and things that have not worked out according to the plan that you had already made. So having a measurable goal is another plus to keep you on momentum. Next point is to speak about your goal to others. Others may be your friends, your family members, your colleagues, and those around you, those who are going to be affected by that particular goal that you want to achieve. A goal may require much of your time. Yeah, if it requires much of your time and you speak about it to your family, your spouse, then they'll know that you need much more time. They will avoid a lot of nagging, that maybe you are spending less time with them. They'll create that space for you. They can even help you achieve, do some other things to create time for that particular goal that you are working on. If you tell your employer or your colleagues about that goal, then it will help you. If you require maybe permission, you won't wait up to last minute. They'll already have known that you are working on something, and if they're good people, they'll give you time to work on that goal. Especially if you're required to work maybe overtime, or when you are off duty, then you're called back. They'll know that this person at this particular time, they are not available. So it is good to speak about your goal. If it is your friends, if your friends know that you're working on something, they will not nag about. They won't complain that you're not spending much time with them. So when you speak about your goal, you prevent these other factors that may chip in, like people complaining that you don't have time for them, people complaining that you are so stingy, you are not maybe contributing financially, because they'll have known that most of your finances are going into this particular goal because you had already talked about it, instead of maybe speaking about it when you're already on in crisis. Yeah, so speak about your goals always. It is very necessary, especially to those people who are going to be affected by it. The next one is to make corrections. We can have reasonable, realistic, and specific goals. We can have a plan. We may speak to those around us about our goals. We may make measurable goals, but still, things may not be working according to what we had planned for. So if this happens, then make some adjustment, make some corrections. If you realize that something is not working well with your schedule, if you realize that something is not working well with your finances or other resources, then you can make corrections, you can make adjustment into that particular goal. Don't give up on it at that particular point. Ensure that your goals are flexible so that it may create a room for corrections or for some adjustments. Some goals may require you to adjust on your skills. You may not have all the skills that are needed to attain that particular goal. So if you realize that this goal that you're working on is going to require additional skills, then try to add those skills. You may get them from maybe YouTube video guidance, or you may read books, or you may go to classes. You may also get mentorship from someone. So these skills are really necessary. So if your goal is a goal that may require additional skills, then kindly work on those, try to improve on those skills so that it works out, because you may be doing all the other factors, but you lack the skills that are needed to steer you up in that particular goal. So ensure that if it is a goal that may require additional skills, then you work on those skills. You may not have skills 100% of the skills needed at the beginning, but you may progressively work on your skills so that you can develop to be an expert, or maybe to gain better skills in that particular field. The next important point that we need to put into consideration is creating time for yourself. Remember, you are the engine of that goal that you're working on. And an engine needs services. It has to be oiled. Yeah. you need to renew yourself, your physical self, your social self, your emotional self, and your spiritual self. Create time for you. Create time for yourself so that you may actively work on that particular goal. And another point that is also related to this is to strike a balance. When you're working on your goal may demand so much of you, yeah, but you still need to ensure that all other factors are balanced. For example, you have a family and you need that relationship, so ensure that your social relationship, your family relationship are maintained, because sometimes you have already invested so much onto other relationships that you don't want to lose them. Ensure that you create time for these other relationships, or other factors in your life. Maybe it is about your job. You are employed somewhere and you don't want to lose that job because you have already invested so much into it. So if you don't want to lose it, ensure that this goal, as much as it will affect it slightly, it doesn't affect it completely. Yeah. I believe that if we have these points in check, then we are going to keep that momentum going. We won't wait for the following year to start all over again. We'll continue from where we left. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed into my channel, please subscribe so that we can grow together, because we want to be the best versions of ourselves. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.